people say that Islam is not compatible with Western values. And on top of that, they also say we have Judeo-Christian values. It does raise a very basic question. What exactly are these Western Judeo-Christian values supposed to be? Is it constant consumption and discipline? Is it instant gratification or self-control? Freedom or dependence disguised as choice? Because when you look at modern Western culture, what is often celebrated as freedom increasingly looks more like lack of restraint than true liberation of society. Where entertainment is endless, dating is gamified, intimacy is commodified, and coping mechanisms are normalized as lifestyles. Drinking is culturally embedded, sexual content is omnipresent, attention is engineered to be fragmented, and pleasure is constantly optimized. In that environment, anything structured, disciplined, or morally grounded begins to look extreme by comparison. So when Muslims live with boundaries, limits on consumption, modesty, structured worship, and delayed gratification, more like a principle rather than an exception, it naturally appears abnormal to people who define freedom by doing whatever feels good in the moment. But here is the contradiction. A society struggling with loneliness, rising anxiety, addiction, and meaninglessness is not exactly in the position to define healthy values, simply by contrasting itself with religious discipline. If rejecting excess, protecting dignity, and living with purpose is considered extreme and incompatible with modern Western values, then perhaps the real question is not whether Islam fits with Western values, but whether those values have become too narrow, too consumer-driven, and too disconnected from human. And let me just say that if you're saying that Western values are the same as Judeo-Christian values, then what I have to say is that it's pretty sad that in the Holy Land, the first part of that value system is telling their followers that spitting on nuns and priests and people that look like Christians gets them free blessings. That's contrary to what you might think are values. But you go ahead and you can continue with your Judeo-Christian values.